Hello viewers, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's program. Last week we focused on how to round decimal fractions to the nearest units, the nearest tens, or the nearest hundreds, or to the nearest whole number. Today we are looking at how to round decimal fractions to a stated number of significant figures. Class, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so from our previous lesson, we are now familiar with how to round values or decimal fractions to a certain number of decimal places, or to the nearest units, nearest tens, or nearest hundreds, or to the nearest whole number. Today we shall look at which numbers are really significant when you write a decimal fraction, which numbers are significant. Okay, for example, now I will give a general rule for identifying numbers that are significant in a value. The first one is, viewers, for you to identify numbers that are significant in a value or a decimal fraction, you look at the non-zero digits. If a number is non-zero, then it is significant. Then the second one is trailing zeros after a decimal. So zeros that follow a decimal are also what? Significant. And zeros between two significant numbers are significant. So these are the rules that you use to identify what number or what figure or what digit is significant. So what we have on the board, I'll use this simple example to teach you the concept of what? Significant numbers. I've already said non-zero numbers. Non-zero numbers are those that are not zero. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 9. Those are non-zero numbers. So you look at the expression or the statement, you see that we have 3, 4, 5. Those are the non-zero numbers in the decimal fraction. So all of those numbers are what? Significant. Then the second rule is that trailing zeros after the decimal point. So after the decimal point, you are having 0, 0. These two zeros are significant. These also come after the decimal point. They are also what? Significant. I hope that is clear. And now the final rule is zeros between two significant numbers. Let me write this. You can see in the second expression, the second decimal fraction, 1 is what? Is 1 significant? Yeah, so 1 is a significant number because it is non-zero. 5 is also a significant number because it is what? Non-zero. The zeros in between are what? Significant because they are between two significant numbers. Any questions? So viewers, as I've indicated, for you to identify what number is significant or not in a decimal fraction, you look at the arrangement. If there are zeros, trailing zeros after the decimal point, you consider all of them as significant. If there's any non-zero digits in the statement, then those digits are significant. And if there are any two zeros or more zeros between two significant numbers, then you consider those zeros as significant. So you help me identify the number of significant figures in some expressions that I'll be indicating on the board. Okay, so we are to show the number of significant figures in the following. I will do the first one with you, together with the viewers. Then, after we are able to look at the number of significant figures in the first example and the second example, then I allow you to try your hands on the other examples. So let's start with A. Now, how many significant figures are in the first example? I've already explained it to you. Yakubu, look at it very well. How many are there? There are 3. Is Yakubu right? There are how many? 5. Count them.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes. Is he right, Asifa? Yes. That's good. I've already explained that trailing zeros after the decimal point are significant, and zeros between 2 significant numbers are significant. As Hikma has already indicated, we have 5 significant numbers. Then B, let's do that together. Samira, how many significant numbers are in the second example?
8.
Is that?
8.
There are 8. Okay. Asifa, is he right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Yakubu, are all the zeros significant?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because the 0 comes after the point.
The 0 comes after the point. They are trailing zeros after the point. So they are all what? Significant. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are talking about 8 significant figures. Then, Asifa, the third one, 7.00. How many significant figures?
3.
There are 3. That is very good. 3 significant figures. After the 0, you see there are 2 zeros. After the point, there are 2 zeros. So we are talking about 3 significant figures. Then, Hikma, D.
5.
There are how many?
5.
5. Samira, is he right?
Yes.
Okay, that is very good. So if you apply all the rules, then we end up with 5 significant figures. Then, the last one, which is 58,000. Samira, how many significant figures are there? How many significant figures are there? Yakubu?
2.
That is very good. You see, I didn't teach you this example. Now, I said trailing zeros after a decimal point. These are not trailing zeros after a decimal point. So they are all what? Not significant. The only significant figures are what? 2, 58, 58,000. Okay. So the last one is 2 significant figures. Now, in this case, when you're talking about significant figures in terms of measurement, they are those figures that help to tell you how accurate your measurement is or how accurate your estimation is. So any number that does not add information to the accuracy of your measurement or estimation, then it doesn't qualify to be what? A significant figure. Do you get it? Yes. So for instance, look at the last one. 0, 0, 0. It doesn't add anything. 58,000. It doesn't add anything. But if we say 58,000.12, then the 0.12 tells you more information, gives you more information about what? Accuracy. So the zeros now become what? Significant. Do you understand the argument? So if I come and put 0.12 here, there's some additional information. Let's say I'm measuring the area of this room. The 0.12 gives me more information about how accurate my measurement is. So the 3 zeros in between 8 and 1 now become what? Significant. Are you okay? Yes. That is very good. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So once you don't have any questions to ask, we move on to look at how to round these figures to a stated number of significant figures. For instance, I can ask you to write 1.075 to 3 significant figures or 2 significant figures. How do you do that? Let's look at that. So once we now understand the concept of significant figures, we are to round each of them to 1 significant figure, 2 significant figures, and what? 3 significant figures. Let's do that together. Now, let's look at the A. To 1 significant figure. 1 significant figure. How do I write it? Yakubu. I know there are 5 significant figures, but if you want to write it, round it, or correct it to 1, only 1 decimal, only 1 significant figure, how do you do that?
Idea.
Only 1 significant figure. Yes, Asifa?
1.0.
1.0000. So the zeros become what? 4. Only 1 significant figure. It means the others become what?
Yes.
0. So I'll write I'll change these ones to I, and I. So that it will be AI. When I write AI, it means I am rounding it to one significant figure. Are you okay? So it will become this is what we have, 1.000. There's nothing here. After the 0, there's nothing here for you to add to 1. Are you okay? It's here. After the 0, there's nothing here for you to add to 1. So this is 0, this is 0, the other one will become what? 0, then the next one will become 0. Let's do the other one. II, to two significant figures. Hikma, to two significant figures.
780000. 780000.
1.
78.
The first one, the A. We are still dealing with the A.
1.
You correct it to two significant figures.
1.00.
1.00. Oh. This one, it will just be 1. You know, I told you the zeros that come after the decimal point are all what? Significant. So 1.0075, you don't have to repeat all the zeros to show anything. So just write 1. To one significant figure, it is 1. Okay, so to 2. How do you do it? Two significant figures. Asifa?
1.0.
Yes. 1 point what? 0. Two significant figures. Then it becomes what? 1.0. That is very good. Then Samira, 3 significant figures. We are here. To 3 significant figures, what do you get?
1.00.
1.00.
No, 1.00.
00. What happens to the 7?
1.01.
Yes, that is very good. 3 significant figures. Don't throw away the 7 because it is more than 5. So you can add 1 to the 0. Are you okay? We are here. So to 2 significant figures, we are talking about 1.00. But the 7 here, you can now round it to get 1. So you have 1.01. Any questions? Any questions? Can we continue? All right, so we look at the B. B. The next one is 781.024. 781.024. 02400 to one decimal to one significant figure. Yes, one significant figure. Look at it very well and tell me what you have to do. Yes, Asifa.
7.
Mm-hmm.
So please, one significant figure is 7.
Is that?
781.
781. Are you sure? One significant figure.
7.
That is very good. You look at it. It is 781.02400. You are writing it to only one. You are correcting it to one significant figure. That means you are interested in this 7. But this 8 is more than 5. So you have to add 1 to the 7 to make it what? 8. Are you okay? So I'll write 8 But don't throw away the 8 here. It becomes what? 0. The 1 here also becomes what? 0. So it is 800. All the other points will vanish. Because if you bring point and you write anything else, that thing will also become what? Significant. Are you okay? So if you are correcting it to one significant figure, then it becomes 800. That's it. Any questions? Any questions? Samira, are you okay? All right, so if you are okay, let's do the II together. This for one significant figure. The II will be for two significant figures. Yakubu, look at it very well. Two significant figures. What do you do?
$800.0.
You said?
800.
No, you are here. To two significant figures. Two significant figures. So what do you do? Hekma, two significant figures.
7, 8.
7, 8. Two significant figures. You are looking at 7, 8. Then you now consider the third one. Is it less or more than 5? Then you treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. So that is very good, Hikmah. So we are talking about what? 7, what? 8. Is that all? What else?
The 1 is less than 5, so it will be 0.
It tends to what? 0. So this is 781.02400. To two significant figures, it means the first two numbers. The third one is less than 5. So it becomes what? 0. Because we are talking about significant figures, don't bring a decimal point. If you do, anything that comes after the decimal point also becomes what? Significant. So you have written more than two significant numbers. So the last one is to three significant figures. Three significant figures.
781.
781. Samira, are you okay? Is she right? Are you sure? All right, so we write what? 781. So if I'm talking about 5 significant figures, I want somebody to help us. Yakubu, 5. Look at the example. 5 significant figures. How will you do it?
781.02.
That is very good. If you are talking about 5 significant figures, you bring 0.02. Are you okay with that? So viewers, I have been able to show you how to round decimal fractions or values to a certain number of significant figures. And if you are doing that, you have to follow or observe the rules that are stated earlier. So the rest of the examples, that is C up to E. Okay, I'll let you do C and D now as exercise. Then in our next lesson, I'll look at how you will be treating the E. So let's start. You are doing the C, right? One significant figure, two significant figures, and then three significant figures. Lasisi, if you have understood, you should be able to do this. 7.00, one significant figure. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. I like your approach. That's very good. Yes. Yakubu. Today I have to send you to Dubai. You have done well. Let me see what Hekma has done. All right. This is a good one. This is a good one. Oh, serious Asifa. Asifa is already done with the C and D. That's very good. You have done so well. All right. Lasisi, you are done. Okay. It looks correct. Or it is correct. Don't mind me. You have done well. All right. So let's do that together with our viewers. So viewers, you turn your attention to what we are coming to do. We are trying to solve or look at the other examples. All right, so so the C is 7.00, okay? Yakubu, to one decimal place, how do you do it? A one significant figure.
7.
Just 7. Samira, two significant figures.
7.0.
7.0. Asifa, three significant figures.
7.00.
7.00. That's very good. Then D, Hikma. Let's do the D. One significant figure.
9.
What did you get, Asifa?
8.
You see why I was nodding my head? So all those who got 8, your answers are not correct. That is very good, Hikma. Because if you are talking about one significant figure, it is 8. But after the point, you have a number that is what? 5. You have to add 1 to the 8 to make it 9. That's very good. So we are talking about 9. II. Two decimal places. Samira.
9.5. No, 8.5.
8.5. And the last one. Yes, Asifa. Three significant figures.
8.54.
Okay, so viewers, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. But before our next lesson, I want you to apply same to the last example, which is 58,000. Write it or correct it to one significant figure, two significant figures, and three significant figures. Till our next lesson, enjoy yourselves. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.